Hello, my friends. Today I'm starting off with a quote from Picasso, of all people, but I love it. One of my mentees gave me this quote, and it's a partial quote, but it's a great quote, and that is, our goals are only reached through the power of a plan. That's what Pablo Picasso said. Our goals are only reached through the power of a plan. So that's why this video is called The Power of a Plan. Last time I was on here, or maybe on our live, I planned out with you, get your planner and plan out your week. That makes a difference. You don't know how many people I've talked to over all these years, and so many of them will come back maybe a year later and say, I finally started using my planner. What? And you're right, Kat, it works. Of course I'm right. It's the tool that works. The planner works for you. So the power of a plan is that it gives you power. It gives you power, strength. It centers you. It makes you peaceful. And that's a power. So get your planner out and work on it. Get your plan going. One of your days every week is reserved for planning and desk day. It's a quiet day if you're an at-home homemaker, or it's a Sunday afternoon if you're a payroll homemaker, where you actually plan out your food for the week. You plan out your grocery list. You plan out your menu. You plan out your budget. You plan out you pay out your bills. You plan out when you're going to do what on your week. So you have to look at it and say, oop, dental appointment. Oh, going to the lake with my sister and her kids. You get that stuff on your planner, and then plan around it when you're going to do your work in your home, because you're still a homemaker even though it's summertime. So if you say to yourself, well, because here's what I hear. I hear, Kat, I couldn't get anything done because I had to take my daughter to XYZ, and my sister came over with her kids. And I say, okay, well, what time did you have to take your daughter to XYZ? Oh, we had to leave at 10. Okay, and what time did you get back? Oh, I just dropped her off and came back. Okay, and what time did your sister come over? Well, she came over at 1. Okay, and how long did she stay? Well, she stayed for 2 hours. All right, and then when did you have to pick up your daughter from XYZ? Oh, her dad picked her up on the way home. So I'm thinking, wait, why were you able to, you had your sister in your house for 2 hours in the afternoon, and you had to leave and take her to XYZ at 10 in the morning. You had from the time you woke up at 6 or 7 until you had to leave to take her to XYZ at 9:30. Plenty of time to get your morning routines done. Pardon me. And then when you got back home, let's say it's 10:30, your sister didn't come till 1, plenty of time to get your zone done, to get your basic weekly plan done. Plenty of time. I think that we think, oh, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. And we tell ourselves this over and over again. I'm just crazy busy. I've got just so much to do. And it's not really true. You have things to do that are out of the ordinary, but they don't take up your whole day. Now, here's a different situation. Person said I couldn't get anything done. This week I had to take my child to so-and-so. And I had to stay there with them at this camp so-and-so. And it was a day camp, because I was working at the day camp. I volunteered, and it was all week long. And I said, okay, well, what time did you have to leave? Well, we had to leave the house at 8. Okay, and what time did you get back home? Well, we got back home at 6. Well, then that's truly not being home during the week. You're only home from the time you get up at 6 till 8. You can do a little bit of your morning routine. I mean, you get your morning routine done, and your child can get their morning routine done. And maybe you can get a clutter check in, but that's about it. And by the time you got home at 6 o'clock, there's no clutter check. And the other question was, who was home during the day? No one. Okay, great. There was no clutter check that needed to be done. But you do have to make dinner, have an after dinner routine, and a before bed routine. And everybody has to get to bed, because you got to get up at 6 in the morning so you can leave at 8. So that's all you're going to be able to do, those little bits in the morning and the evening. And on Saturday and Sunday, on that week, you might have to do laundry and buy groceries, because that's the only time you have to do it. So that's how you plan your weeks. Look and be realistic about what's going on and make a true plan. So here's what mine looks like this week. Now remember, I'm a payroll homemaker. This is what mine looks like. It's not a lot of writing. I don't have a lot of things going on. My meals are across the bottom. I think I've shown you this before. Up here on the top, it says Mr. B is doing errands and taking care of the car, because he does that, so I don't have to do that. Across the top here, I have what I'm washing every day. So sheets were on Monday, Tuesday towels, Wednesday lights. So that's what I'm working on right now. The lights are in the washing machine as we speak, because I have to get them washed before I get done in the evening, and it's the afternoon now, and take them to the dryer at our RV camp because my dryer is broken. We're going to Alabama to get a new washer and dryer, so I have to make do, and sometimes you have to make do. So I don't want to wash the clothes early in the morning because they'll sit in my dryer all day and get sour. My washer all day and get sour, or in a basket all day. So I wash them about an hour before I go, and there they are. All right, so that's my plan. The other thing I have in here is it says AM, it says CC, CC, CC. You know what that is? Clutter check, clutter check, clutter check. AM is morning routine. Then we've got, what is that? That's a CC down here. AD, that's after dinner. And right there is PM, which is evening or before bed routine. And then what we're having for our meals. So today I changed it from salmon to chicken. We're having chicken and pinto beans and sliced tomatoes and cucumbers. That's our dinner for tonight. And Mr. B is picking up the chicken because he didn't want salmon, so he's picking up a chicken, and that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use the leftovers on the night that I have stir-fried rice, and the leftover chicken is going to go in that. And the reason I'm making stir-fried rice there is because the day before I'm having tilapia and rice and mixed vegetables. So the rice and the mixed vegetables that are left over can go in the stir-fried rice along with some eggs, some soy sauce, and some chicken. So that is how I plan. You have to think, and you have to be careful and think about what you're going to do. We're going out to dinner these 2 days, so I don't have to cook these 2 days because I can, and it's summer. All right, so this is what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to make up your schedule. Now, over here, I do have planning and desk day on Sunday because, again, I work. You see these lines right here? From here to here, that's what I'm on the phone, from 10 to 4:30 every day, and on Saturday from 10 to 11:30. So that's when I'm on the phone. Not only am I doing this, but I'm also selling my mother's house. So today, while I was doing calls, I had to travel in the car as a passenger with Larry, Mr. B, and go to the real estate office. And I needed to go by the attorney's office for some probate information that papers that I had to sign for my mother and daddy's probate of their estate. So I'm still managing to get everything done. You just have to plan. So if you want, what is this? What's the quote again? Our goals are only reached by the power of a plan. So what is your goal? Is your goal to get your house all tidy and get it all decluttered and get things where you've been thinking about putting them and getting rid of some things and isolating the things that you do love and making a special place for those things and having time to play with your children or do interesting things with them? You know, when I say play with your children, I know that a lot of you probably felt like I did. I didn't really enjoy playing with my children. Not everything. Like Candyland wasn't my favorite and things like that. And I've shared this with my mentees before. I liked playing with my children by physically playing with them, putting them up on my feet in the air or going in the yard and watching them do cartwheels, and I would do what I could do. Cartwheels. I used to do cartwheels when they were young. I probably still could, but I'm not doing them anymore. I like to show them things. I love to take them on walks and show them bugs and leaves and things like that. So my mothering was more teaching. I love doing that, showing them how to cook, reading them stories. That was how I played with my children, giving them a bath and putting bubbles in and watching them play in there. But some of children's play is really silly, and it's okay because they're supposed to be like that. But you don't have to be involved in every little thing with your children. So let them learn how to play on their own and play together and play nicely. And you take care of things that need to be taken care of in your home. And then when you do have that time in the afternoon or whatever, you can actually do the things that you enjoy doing with them, which actually is a more enjoyable experience for them as well, because you're not bored, you're enjoying it, you're in tune. You know what I mean? All right, so you're engaged. So I guess that's better than in tune. You're engaged with what you're doing. So the power of a plan. To reach your goals, it takes the power of a plan. So plan out what you want to do, whatever your goals are, and get your planner and use it. Look at it at night to see how you did during the day. Look at it in the morning, and also look at the next days at night to see what's happening the next day. Then in the morning, look again. Oh yeah, I had to get up at 6 for this reason. That's right. And then look at your plan and make a concerted effort to actually stick to your plan. If you didn't over plan, you didn't jam everything in. You saw mine. It's not jammed in. You just put a few little things in there that you can do that don't take long. Today I had a client who was overwhelmed. She called me and she said, Kat, I'm so overwhelmed. And I said, well, did you finish your morning routine? She said, no, I did not. I said, what do you have left? She said, I need to empty the dishwasher. I said, okay, take me to the dishwasher with you and unload your dishwasher. I timed her. 9:57 is when she started. She said, I'm done. I said, okay. I looked at my watch, 9:58. She felt better. She was off the frozen spot. She was ready to go, because in our minds, we think, oh my gosh, I just can't do anything. It's just so much work that I have to do. And honestly, she didn't have that much to do. She just was overwhelmed. She was having a little anxiety, and I walked her through that. So sometimes you have to walk yourself through that and be real about what you're having to do. It's not that hard. Okay, have a wonderful day, and always remember to be beautiful, because you are beautiful.